Bull City, stand up. The 919 has talent, and now it's time to prove it. The First and Goal 365 Showcase is coming to Riverside High School on June 27th. And this is not just another camp. This is where you get tested, get evaluated, and get verified. No politics, just opportunity. Parents, we got you too. We're bringing a free parent recruiting seminar to help families understand the process, ask the right questions, and get real information about what it takes to move from high school football to the next level. And yes, college coaches will be in attendance. Early bird registration is only $99, but it goes up to $125 at the door. So don't wait until it's too late. If you're a player in Durham, Raleigh, the Triangle, or anywhere in North Carolina trying to get seen, this is your moment. The Bull City Classic presents the First and Goal 365 Showcase.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? It's your man, Coach Block. I am here doing a follow-up to yesterday. We had sat down and we had talked yesterday about camps and money grabs and what does that look like and why are people doing them and parents needing help navigating spots. And so yesterday, just doing my due diligence and, being consistent and laying the foundation of why things are the way they are on this side of town or this side of the state, came across the camp that is a straight money grab. And not only is it a money grab, there are facts based behind it. You can go into Reddit and find parents who disapprove of practices and things like that have been done. So to not take up a lot of time, I am going to jump right in it. Some may think, it's distasteful to name a camp. And I don't think it's distasteful to name a camp that does not have anybody who is a credible source that you can contact on their website. So there was a lot of digging and researching that needed to be done to figure out what was going on. And then, the next piece is, well, Block, what are you doing this for? Well, I'm laying the foundation of when we seek validation from outside entities, it subjects not only the student athlete, but the parents to false information, which gives them a delusion of what recruiting really is and what it isn't, and what camps you should be attending and what you should not be attending. And if we collectively as a community do not protect our student athletes and our parents who are, I won't say naive, but our parents who are less informed about the process, then situations where you have parents and students paying astronomical amounts of money for camps continue, and then our kids get nothing, and then everybody thinks that it's the colleges and the high school coaches' problem, when in actuality it's not that at all. The problem is we don't protect our student athletes in this area and vet those who are coming in with these big, quote unquote, big name camps. So the camp that I found was Exact Sports X1. Literally, they are having a camp the day after the camp that we are having. Literally, the day after they're having a camp. And this camp, once again, is a $300 camp. And the registration is almost full. Now, there was two things that I had discussed yesterday. One is you'll notice that there's a difference of acceptance in the Charlotte area with camps than there are in Raleigh. So let's jump into what I saw, what I found, and how you can identify that this camp is potentially a money grab. So I'm going to share my screen here so you guys can see. Here we go. So let's say you're a parent and you came across this. 9 times out of 10, your information has been sold if you signed up for any type of newsletter. Because parent, how did this get in my email? How did this even happen? Believe me, we sign away our rights to privacy in just about everything that we do and everything that we sign up for. So somehow, some way, Exact Sports probably got this directly to the parents. I seriously doubt if any coach, high school coach specifically knows about this camp, because there's no reference to contacting, discussing, or having any conversation with a high school coach. Okay. So Exact Sports, select your sport. So we'll go down to football. Let's go down to football here, right? And it says Exact is the best place for training and for ID for aspiring college football players. College placement takes more than just exposure. See what a camp near you offers. Okay, so then they have the hype video, which is everything. This is all par for the course. If you were to go to First and Goal 365 right now and you click camp, you are going to see the same exact thing, because we too have a video of our student athletes going through drills and all that. That was a terrible 40 time that he just did, because he pulled his hand away before he actually stopped the watch. That's what I was talking about yesterday when I said know who's timing and verifying your student athletes. But these are some of the things that they offer, right? Let's go down. Meet the coaches, one-on-one coach evaluations, recruitment education, and all this stuff has learn more, right? Learn more. And it just comes up with some great little pop-ups here and gives you just some snippets of information into what this camp is. Still does not tell you who this camp is ran by specifically, like who is the person that's running the camp, and then who will be the coaches. It just says meet college coaches. All right. So there's exposure. We'll read through the meet college coaches. There's exposure and there's real personal connection. At Exact, college coaches evaluate your ability as a player and get to know you as an individual. Meet with top NCAA and NAIA coaches from the minute you arrive at the camp. Every coach is there to meet you and answer questions. We invite students to walk up, introduce themselves, and ask questions at any time. You also join training sessions personally run by the coaches. The coaches get a well-rounded impression of each camper from personal interactions, training, and observing gameplay. That has nothing to do with offers, right? So I need you guys to understand that has nothing to do with offers. Then it also talks about the showcase footage, right? So you're going to have some footage that goes out there. We're going to come back to that footage in a minute, because the information I found on Reddit tells you about how you get that footage and what you need to do to obtain that footage. College training, play with the best student athletes, a positive environment, connecting with like-minded aspiring college athletes and building lasting friendships. All this cost you $300, right? And here's the piece that starts to get you before you get ready to get to the signups. You see NCAA logo, and we're going to talk about why that's not true. You see the Under Armour logo. I'm going to show you how that's not true. And the National Institute of Health. I don't even know who's connected to that. I tried to figure out how they were connected to that, and nothing was there. And then the Google review 5.0 from 292 Google reviews. Sounds good. You can have people write Google reviews for you. So I don't take Google reviews. I'm hot and cold with that. So we're going to scroll down, and it says, find an event near you to see who's attending. New recruiting coaches RSVP every week. Check out the camps near you by zip code. Now, here's what I want everybody to pay attention to. Raleigh is up at June 28th. On a Sunday at that. And it says few spots remaining. And you see that trending event is Charlotte. Well, trending event lets you know that there's not few spots remaining. Nobody's attending that camp. It's Saturday, June 6th, which is this Saturday coming up, and it's still a trending event. That tells you right then and there that they do not have the registration that they think. But when you look at this and you say, okay, well, why is Raleigh trending? Like, why is Raleigh? Well, this is because in this area, flat out, the validation comes from outside. We look for it outside. We want somebody else to tell us our kids are good, right? So a camp like this can slip right under the radar, and people pay an astronomical amount of money because you want someone else to tell you that your kid is good. Now, for those who said, oh, well, Albany came and nobody knew. How does anybody know about exactsports.com football camp? How does anybody know that? Right? Somehow, some way, the information got out there, and there's only a few spots remaining, right? So let's talk about this. Let's go ahead and register. Let's be those people, right? Let's register. This camp is costing you a whopping $279. And so from this camp, I yet have known who's running it. I don't know any of the coaches that are in it. I don't know anything that you're doing with my information. I have no idea. And I will tell you that yesterday I was paying attention to this website, and where it says 120 people currently viewing this event. I build websites. That'll say 120 people currently viewing this event. Yesterday, it said it today. It's going to say it tomorrow, and it'll probably go down as it comes closer to the camp or go up when it's coming to. Those are triggers to try to get you to hurry up and register for a camp that nobody knows is running, or nobody knows who's running the camp. Nobody knows what's going on with the camp. All we know is that there's a camp. Now, somebody's going to say, what's that, Barton College? Oh, okay. Well, here's the beauty. If you go to Barton's website, there's no reference to this camp. There's a reference to their camp at their school, and that camp only cost you $55. Maybe I think it's $60. But this camp, as a third party, is coming to Barton charging $279 for early bird. Now, if you choose not to be an early bird and do a walk-up, it's going to cost you $350. Now, let's remember what we just saw the page before. Few spots remaining. Now, here's what I'm telling you. Charlotte, trending event. And it's this weekend. Raleigh, few spots remaining. Another tip that'll give you, before we go even further, another tip that'll give you that this could possibly be a money grab camp. The prices aren't the same for every single camp. Depending on what camp you go to, the prices change. So let's see. For Richmond, $249. Why is it cheaper in Richmond? It's $279 for us. It's $249 for Richmond. Why? Washington, D.C., $279. Greenville, let's see what they are. $269. So now we got $279, $269, and $240. We got different prices. Why is it different prices? It should be the same, consistent. Your price is your price. But now regionally, the price is different. Well, why is that so? And now who do I ask that question to? So now you go down and you scroll a little further and you see all these nice images, which some of these are, as a person who makes websites, I'm telling you now that these images are AI because they don't have their branding on the tents or anything. None of their branding is there. What is this? What are those logos? And you can't distinguish the words clearly. So that's another problem, right? Same thing with cross branding. So you'll say, Coach Block, what do you mean with cross branding? Okay, this is supposed to be a camp, right? And they're having some type of thing in these guys' hands that looks like a digital clipboard or something. And the players are wearing Nike logos. So what I'll tell you now is, if this was a true camp that was sponsored by Under Armour, you don't have Nike on your website. You'll lose your sponsorship for that. So you can't have Nike and Under Armour if you are a Under Armour sponsored camp. That's another red flag. These are just red flags. You can pay the money if you want to. These are just red flags that I'm talking about. And consistently, we see this weird logo that's in the back on these jumbotrons and all that. And I don't know what's going on. This is another AI picture. This is not actually a real camp, right? This is another AI picture. And then they give you the camps again that you can register to, and they just announced one in Cleveland. Pittsburgh, they're doing one July 6th. Please, Pittsburgh, or no, I'm sorry, they're doing one in July 14th. Anybody from Pittsburgh who's watching this, please don't do this. It hurts my heart to know that you guys are doing this. And I know the school that they're going to back at home is called Pine Richland. Please don't do this. You don't have to. Not for $279. I would much rather y'all call me and I'll do the damn camp back at home. So yeah, this is what we see, right? So now let's go back into the registration. All right, let's go back into the registration. Okay, so we're at Barton College. Not a big deal. The reason why it's not a big deal is because their other camps are not specifically college campuses. They use high schools for the other places. So somebody has a connection to Barton, chose to use Barton College. It is not affiliated with Barton College because there's nothing on Barton College's website that shows that, okay? So they give you an event overview real quick. That event overview, guaranteed exposure. Ever wonder if college coaches are watching? We cut out the guessing game. Meet the college coaches from the moment you arrive. Exact attracts college coaches from top programs in the USA, making the best way for to get on the college radar. Okay. You got intensive training. Okay, one-on-one evaluations. It still doesn't say who's evaluating. Mental edge. Okay, sounds good. Okay. And digital video footage. All right, so far, these are things that are going to be in your camp. But is this $300 worth for one day? I don't know. Here's basically what you get when you put it all together. Access to all attending coaches, online evaluation and ratings, a performance t-shirt. They showed you what that was. It was just a tank top, and then digital competitive competition footage. I'm sorry. And so you're going to have to pay for that. Okay. So now I had a friend and a coaching buddy yesterday. I sent this to before talking to y'all. He said, "Hey, y'all, yeah, they got them coaches coming now." And I have told him a million times before, people don't read on websites. And the reason why they don't read is because they look at the logos. So I told him this the day before sending him this, right? So then I send him this logo or send him this link, and he says to me, "Man, they got those coaches coming." Well, what did he do? He looked at the logos, right? So Alabama State, Rhode Island, Incarnate Word, Buffalo, Southeastern Louisiana, blah, 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 blah. You got all these coaches, right? But he skipped over the fine print. Coaches who have participated in past camps. It doesn't say that these are the guys that's going to be there. These are the guys that participated in past camps. What did I tell you yesterday? It is hard for you to predict who will guarantee them their time to be at your camp, who has committed to be at your camp. You can invite every single coach in the country. That does not mean they're going to show up. They can tell you that they're going to show up, but until they actually get in that parking lot, shut the door, and walk on the field, you do not know if they're going to be there unless you're paying them. Now, if you're paying them and you got a contract, then that's a little bit different. I'll get into that later. But right now with this, here's where they fooled everyone. They just show logos. Now, as a high school coach, a former high school coach, and, I've been out the game as a high school coach now for 6 years, but I don't think these guys have a large recruiting base in North Carolina. I just don't. I did not see. I'm telling you now, Carnegie Mellon is a D3 school in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I doubt if they're coming down here. I promise you that. Carnegie Mellon is one of the top schools in the country. We'll flat out say that. One of the top schools in the country. Super, super academic school, similar to Davis, almost Ivy League. They are comparable with Ivy League schools. They are not coming down here to do a camp in Raleigh. Not happening. Austin, who are these people? Where are you? Baldwin Wallace, Graceland, Texas Southern. We got Morgan State, that's work. Townsend, that's right. But how are we talking, or how are we advertising a camp for North Carolina? And we say coaches who have participated, and not one of the schools are from North Carolina. I don't see no Elizabeth City. I don't see no Johnson C. Smith. I don't see no Greensboro. I don't see Guilford. I don't see none of that. So this is what we're believing in and what we're paying $300 for. And then we wonder why we get duped. This is why. And I'm not saying it because parents should know this. Coaches should be the ones alerting parents like, man, watch out for that. So before a kid goes to a camp, what camp are you going to? I'm going to Exact Sports. Who? What? Man, let me see that website. Yeah, nah, this ain't it. There's no way, if I'm a head coach, there's no way in hell I'm telling my parents to go ahead and pay $300 for this. Now, it says over 1,000 different colleges coaches have attended Exact events. Okay. Now, you do see a Carolina logo in this section. You see a few, right? And you see some schools that do recruit this area, right? You see there's Pembroke, there's Lenore Ryan, Elizabeth City, and then bang, we're done. Now, here's where me and another friend of mine consistently go back and forth. Nobody's reading all these quotes. Show me videos of these people. Like, who are these people? What do they play? Who are they? It's just a bunch of quotes. I don't even see a headshot of a camper. Give me a headshot of a camper at least. None of that. So what does this mean? These could be fictitious people. Nobody knows who these people are. You're not even showing a picture that I can get a reference that this is a true person. But we're paying $279 for this already. Based on what? I'm going to tell you what you're paying for it for, because you've seen Under Armour attached to it and a few college logos. That's why. Now, we have to do our due diligence as people who are coaches and trainers and support staff and all that to not allow something like this to come in and extract resources financially from our parents and then also confuse them on what the process should be. Nobody knows who's co-signing these people. Is anybody co-signing these people? Anybody? I don't know. So it's hard for me to go with this, right? So when we're back at the front here, hold on one second. So this is the main page, right? Let me see if I can pull up their compliance page for you. Let's see if you guys see that. No, you don't see it. Okay, so some of the stuff that I was showing you, you guys weren't seeing, right? So we have to share this tab, all right? So I got to go back and share the tab so you can see it. Boom. All right, so let's share this tab, all right? This camp says that they are in compliance with the NCAA. And these are all the different rules. So when I showed you all some time ago, I showed you all like the verbiage that I have as NCAA. You follow the bylaws and all that stuff. You have to be very careful on what you say about your services. You can't say that you're a recruiting service. You can't do that. Down here is something very important that you need to pay attention to. No recruiting at the camp. Coaches cannot recruit players at the camp. And you're paying how much money? What does Exact not allow? No recruiting at the camp. Coaches cannot recruit players at the camp. It's a rule. It's one of their rules. So what they're saying is these are bumps. What is a bump? Hold on, let me take you back to the main page. What's a bump? A bump is when you are a student athlete and a coach says, hey man, where are you at third period? Oh, I'm going to be at gym. Okay, what I need you to do is I need you to walk down the hallway at 12:10. Clemson's going to be here. And then you walk down the hallway at 12:10 and you come down the hallway, I go up the hallway and I have the recruiting coach with me and you accidentally bump into that person. Now, there's rules encountered in that bump. Nobody can say anything specifically across the board, right? You can shake a hand, a business card can be given, but it allows the college coach to put eyes on you. That's a bump. That costs you free $99 at your school. You're telling me you have to pay $300 for a bump? Come on, guys. Come on, man. Come on. We can't do that. We can't do that. It kills the credibility of people who are trying to do it the right way here. Okay. And because some of you all did not see the stuff that I was actually pulling up, I'm going to go back so that you can see it firsthand. Because, okay, so let's go here and then let's share this tab so you can see it. All right, so this is the actual camp. All right, this is what I was saying. Like you got the information here and all the stuff down here, and these Under Armour, NCAA, these are the logos that I was talking about that people have fallen in love with. But I promise you, I question this NCAA logo being on here this way. Just because I know the rules, and what they're hoping is that nobody turns them in. To place the NCAA logo here like this, I'm about 95% that this is a violation on their part. But the question is, who's going to turn them in? And then who the hell are you turning in? To who? Most people don't know the people to contact at the NCAA for this, right? And then who am I turning in? Like, so this is what I was showing you all about the graphics that are on the web page, where I'm saying like, hey, these are AI graphics. This is where you have the Nike symbol, but this is supposed to be an Under Armour sponsored thing. That you can't do that. That's super illegal. Like that's a problem. These are AI photos right here. Like that's an AI photo all day. Yeah. And so this is where, like I said, you see the few spots remaining here. Few spots remaining. Insane. But I'm seeing that Charlotte didn't take the cheese, right? And so I'm showing you that. So the camp that's this week is not filled out. It's still considered a trending event. So let's see where it's at. Hold on, let's pull this up. See if that shows you guys. It says Concord High School. I'm not sure about where Concord High School is located in Charlotte, but that's where it's at. So yeah, that's some more stuff that, looking into. When I was telling you guys about the pricing differences, let me show you that too, so you can see it for yourself. I didn't know you guys weren't able to see it until I just checked that you weren't able to see that specifically. You were just hearing my voice. Let's go back and let's see if we can pull this up. So like Greensville is cheaper, $269, right? And then what was the other one? I think there was one that was $249. Richmond, I believe, $249. Why are the prices not consistent? How is that? How are we allowing that? Okay. So now, when people say, well, let me cook. So let me also assist you guys with information that I found out just on the back end, right? So let's do some research, because I care about the parents here in this area, in the Triangle specifically. I care about our parents and what they're experiencing. So there's information out there. One, has anybody attended one of these camps? So what did I end up finding? Good old Reddit. Are y'all familiar with Reddit? If you're not familiar with Reddit, you can find a lot of reviews about Reddit. So let's share what Reddit has on their page about these camps. And you're going to see some things because they don't just do football, but they do other sports. But their business etiquette is going to cross over all the sports because it's owned by one person. Let's share the screen and let's go to Reddit. Okay, so somebody was just being inquisitive. They wanted to know about the programs because they do for soccer, they go overseas or have overseas programs and blah, 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 blah. So also coming to gauge the value of these one-day camps for my 14-year-old son. Very much appreciate the perspective. So parents are trying to figure out what's going on. Boom. Total waste of money. Camp was canceled. We had to travel 7 extra hours. It was all a sales pitch, not real training. Paid $99 for a highlight video and a 2-hour clip of random players. No real highlights of my daughter. Poor communication, zero accountability, huge scam. Save your money and look for a legit program. Right underneath that, just attended a VB Exact camp yesterday. It was a lot of money for a single parent, but I let my daughter go anyway. 6 out of 10 coaches that were promised to be there didn't even show up. One of the coaches didn't bother to talk to any of the athletes unless she was really good. Only one coach gave any worthwhile tips to my daughter. They didn't even get a t-shirt for attending. Save your money and go to sports clinics, different sports clinics. So this goes on and on where it talks about how this was a scam. Now, here's where I get pissed. I don't know the parents who have signed up, right? I don't know the parents who have signed up for our camp here in Raleigh, right? And I can't go to the one in Charlotte because we're doing a family vacation this weekend. But I want to see who these people are because they're coming in with selling a dream and then extracting financial resources and inputting doubt and confusion, right? So they're inputting doubt and confusion to our parents, extracting their finances away from them and leaving them with nothing by the time everything is said and done. So let's go into how what does it look like when it says contact us? So if you're trying to find out, well, who the hell is running this, and let's contact this person. All right. First of all, this business is in Chicago, Illinois. All right. So they're coming in from Chicago here. And what does that mean? So let's share screens and let's go through this. So I'm a parent now. Let's go through this as a parent. I want to find out who the hell these people are. So I'll click contact us. And this is all I get. Pretty generic form, right? And then submit. And this is legit, 2026. So that's what you get. There's no person who have you seen one person to hold accountable for anything? No. So you're paying money and you don't even know who you're paying money to. And I'm not blaming any parent. I'm explaining the difference. So when somebody says, well, what are you doing all this for? I'm laying the groundwork of you understanding the difference of true opportunity and money grabs. This is the definition of a money grab. All right. The definition of a money grab. I need to take you guys back to where it had the coaches because I don't think you all seen that part. 1 second. Let's see. Register, share this tab. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this now. And this was what I was talking about when I said that I sent this information to my friend, and he's like, oh, they got them coaches there. And he literally skipped what this line that's in orange. Coaches who have participated in past camps. And none of them were guys from North Carolina. None of them. So what are we talking about? Why are we wasting time with this? Why are we spending money with this? All right. No need to continue to beat a dead horse. Let's get off of it. I just wanted to show you guys this, right? This logo right here, this Under Armour logo, is what has got people in a tizzy. And that causes people to say, yes, I need to be in on this. Let me get in on all this because it's Under Armour. They're not even sponsored by Under Armour. All right. So you say, man, Block, you be hating. No, just do your research. All right. So the beauty is we have billions of tools out here, right? So I go and I ask chat, is this company sponsored by Under Armour? And the first sentence, I did not see enough proof to say exactly if Exact is officially partnered with Under Armour. Exact football page does show Under Armour and Under Armour's logo and the section that says partnered with the best names in football. That same page also shows Under Armour and Nike style logos near images near the review and brand section. That's a problem. Like, even chat is like, this is sketchy. Like, there's no proof out here of any of this information. So what we don't want to do is that. All right. So I'm out of beating the dead horse on this one. I'm laying the foundation of what is a good camp, what is a bad camp, what is a money grab, who is verifying your information, how do you get that information out? And that is what First and Goal 365 is about. Giving you verified information, giving you a plan, allowing you to leave with tangible people that you can talk to, tangible people that you can use as references, tangible people who are going to be advocates for you, help you in this process to create a pathway and see you to the door. If you need physical work, mental work, academic work, we're able to help you with that so that we can at least give you a game plan. You still have to execute it. Once again, recruiting doesn't have the Disney Tinkerbell magic wand where you just, boom, you hit it and anything happens. No, you still have to do your portion and your side of the work. But while you're doing this, you need to be mindful of those snakes and those sharks that are in your inboxes, that are in your DMs that you can't see and or reference. There's nowhere we see a owner or a camp director or a regional director for this camp. There should not be there should not be a bunch of signups for this. It shouldn't be almost sold out. That should not be that way, because who are we holding accountable for this? So I need y'all to do two things. Number one, I need you to register for the camp, and I need you not to delay because we are capping this camp. What that means is once your position fills up, that's it. The one of the most important things about going to a camp is having reps. I do not want to have 1 million kids on the field and they're not getting adequate reps. That's just totally ridiculous to me. So we're not going to do that. So I need you all to make sure that you register. Don't wait till the last minute, because if you wait till the last minute and try to hit me with the Coach Block, hook me up, I'm going to tell you, I've been telling y'all for how many weeks to sign up for this camp. No. And all you can do is hope that we can get enough overflow to where we can have maybe another one before the Jamboree. But you got to remember, while this is going on, the team is working on the Jamboree as well. That's August 14th. So I'm telling you now, make sure you sign up for this this camp so that we can get things rocking and rolling. The next thing you guys will see from me, and I think people are enjoying the lunch at lunch talk. So we'll keep doing it. The next thing you're going to see from me is who the coaches are. Let's go ahead and talk about who the coaches are, who's going to be at this camp, how this information is going to get out. Let's talk about First and Goal, right? So now there's a reference for you to go back and say, oh, there's a difference between First and Goal and the other bull crap that I've signed up for, right? I don't want you to do that. I would rather you guys cancel the BS that you actually signed up for. Come to First and Goal. I promise you'll find way more value with this camp to actually have tangible people that you can talk to, that you can actually work out with or work a game plan with from the beginning to the end. You'll get that information tomorrow. So just keep it locked, man. Make sure y'all stay on top of all the notices by liking First and Goal 365 on Instagram and all the other social medias. Same thing with Coach Block. Follow Coach Block on everything. You won't miss anything that I post. I post a lot. So everybody have a great day. Hopefully y'all found some information with this. Found it informative. Please don't hesitate to hit me up with any questions that you may have. You can always email me at firstandgoal365 at gmail.com or coachkenblocker@gmail.com. You can hit me up on any of those, and then also my social media. Other than that, man, y'all have a good night and see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Bull City, stand up. The 919 has talent, and now it's time to prove it. The First and Goal 365 showcase is coming to Riverside High School on June 27th. And this is not just another camp. This is where you get tested, get evaluated, and get verified. No politics, just opportunity. Parents, we got you too. We're bringing a free parent recruiting seminar to help families understand the process, ask the right questions, and get real information about what it takes to move from high school football to the next level. And yes, college coaches will be in attendance. Early bird registration is only $99, but it goes up to $125 at the door. So don't wait until it's too late. If you're a player in Durham, Raleigh, the Triangle, or anywhere in North Carolina trying to get seen, this is your moment. The Bull City Classic presents the First and Goal 365 Showcase.